And welcome back to the mildest of mild starts, I would say, for classic Doom walkthroughs. This is Doom Revolution Map 12, Utopia. I think the secret to this map, really, the way to get through it is to just avoid the crossfire. There's lots of areas that have open spaces with enemies firing from different directions, and I think the key is to just try to take them on in individual kind of sequestered areas. I hope to be able to show you how to do that. The game is powered by GZDoom using the Doom 2 Hell on Earth platform, and as always we're playing on the ultraviolence difficulty setting in order to get 100% in all three of these categories. There's 84 kills to be had, 3 secrets to find, 19 items to pick up. It's my intention to show you how to do all that. So I think I picked up one of these armor bonuses, so let's grab the second. We got rid of a couple of zombie men. The next enemy is a shotgunner. As you know, I do try to play the game as if I'm pistol starting, so let's now have a shotgun to play with, and the other shotgunner in this room is now taken care of. Let's get our mega armor and the zombie man plus a box of shotgun shells. So now we're pretty well equipped getting into the next area. Just in front of us is a wide open courtyard. In front of us are some Hell Knights. To the left of them beyond are some gunners, which will be our first target. And to the left and to the right will be a series of revenants. We want to avoid all of their fire to get to the gunners. Let's go ahead. There we go. So what we've done is we've taken care of the gunners. We are now luring the pinkies this way. Maybe have some barrels do some work for us so we don't waste too much ammo. And there we go. So there are the Hell Knights. There's revenants on both ends. So we've avoided all that. I did stay away from the plasma rifle because by doing this, getting onto the platform and getting the plasma rifle, it activates the wall where the 3 lost souls are, and we just don't want them sneaking up behind us while we're dealing with the not only the gunners, I guess, but certainly the pinkies. Okay, so now we have the shotgun and we have the plasma rifle, which we'll hold on to for now. Next thing we do is we're just going to go ahead and just be safe about it. See if you heard the Revenant rocket land there. Now we have the super shotgun. We can take care of our Hell Knight friends on these pedestals in front of the yellow door. I mean, it's hard to tell, but yes, it is the yellow door. We don't have the yellow key yet. And over there is the chainsaw. You know, I'm an anti-chainsaw person. I don't like getting it. So I'll just leave that for now. If you didn't fare as well, there are some health packs right there. Plus, there was some health in the original starting area. If you're also running low on ammo for some reason, there is a box of shotgun shells here. So remember, to the right are revenants, to the left are revenants. And unfortunately, there are gunners up in that. You see them milling about in those windows. There's gunners straight ahead just beyond, and there are 2 mancubi down that way, at least on platforms, so they can't approach. So, to be honest, the best way to go about this is to just not pistol, I guess, but with your regular shotgun without taking any damage, ideally. Try to dispose of the revenants. Yes, it's a little tedious, to be fair. And we hope that the chain gunners don't notice us. So far, so good, as far as not attracting the attention of others. And let's just get rid of the last... Oh, looks like we did attract the attention of a chain gunner. There we go. So let's get out of here. And that's how I do it. I think it's just the safest way to go about it. Again, if you didn't fare well, there's a health pack right there. So we're going to grab these armor bonuses and the partial invisibility. We're going to use it to this point because we're going to get those gunners to infight, and then we're going to take on with the super shotgun. We're going to take on the mancubi. So let's go ahead. Now we're just going to run around in a bit of a silly fashion just to get them fighting each other. We did pick up the rocket launcher, which we're not going to use quite yet. So far, we have not attracted the attention of the chain gunners in those windows, which is thankful. As you can see, it's easy to draw their attention. We do hope that they're going to cooperate and make themselves visible in these windows, because we don't want to get picked off without the invisibility shortly. I think there's another one there. That sounded like some injury. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I think we're safe now. Now, with the Mancubus behind us, just be mindful of that. There are some survivors for these chain gunners. Back to the super shotgun for the Mancubus. As it's running out, but that's okay. A few more shots should do it. There we are. So let's get the rest of the rockets. And this area has now been pacified. I mean, there might be a chain gunner in there sometimes. It just doesn't pop out. But this area, which is a wide open area, you can be cut down from different directions, has now been cleared. And you really haven't taken any damage, or little. You usually take a little stray from the chain gunners, because, you know, they do fire wildly. But that's usually about it. And yes, we did clear out this area. Now we officially have the chain gun, which is nice. There's a mega armor here. Let's get our first secret, though. It's kind of up the stairs and out onto the platform where those revenants were at the beginning. You just have to veer kind of right without falling off. Grab the computer area map, and of course the backpack is always nice. So that's secret one. The only way to get into this building is from this building. So you come over here. As you can see, there are some cacos. There's one on this side. If they get a little closer, I would use the super shotgun. For now, though, they're not quite close. You can see the other caco hiding there behind the pillar, but I see him anyway. Super shotgun is not an effective weapon at that range, so I use the chain gun. If you're worried about not having enough chain gun ammo, there's still more up here. Go ahead and grab it. Why not? And there's also a lot more chain gun ammo over here where we felled all of these gunners. So it's an interesting, I wouldn't say it's a glitch, but it's an interesting little thing about this map. I'll just go to map. You see to the left, that's a holding area. That's where the designer has put a bunch of gunners and imps. When they teleport into that teleporter and another area around the corner, this is where they're held. You see this in Doom maps all the time, but for some reason they can see you here, and you heard a lot of infighting. So you just basically go to that little indent where that hidden area is, and they'll start shooting at each other, which when they teleport in, you'll have a few less to deal with, which is nice. So now armed with the yellow key, which we did get, with the Feld Mancubus there were 2 armor bonuses and the yellow key, so be sure to grab those. Lots of plasma here, so I mean, do you want to use your chain gun? I mean, quite frankly, you can go, don't take the supercharge, by the way. That will activate the Cyber Demon. You don't quite want that, I don't think. So, I don't know, maybe a few rockets here to soften up the crowd. Hoping for a little bit more infighting here. Can you continue to fire at them through the window of where the other room was? Yes. Maybe the chain gun, I guess, at this point. The angle doesn't seem right, does it? There we go. Yeah, that's pretty good. So, a few more. All right. Super shotgun is good at this range. I would use that. So now there are more items to grab here. We can grab the Berserk pack if you like. There is also a mega armor here. So I'll just tag the secret. If you need the mega armor, take it. If not, you can leave it for after. There's nothing saying you can't go get it after, or even tagging the secret after. I just wanted to show it to you now. So now you do have your plasma rifle, you may recall from one of the earlier stages of the map. Lots of plasma here. As soon as we grab that supercharge, yeah, our friend the Cyber Demon, who will fire, never happy to see us. So just try to stay away from anything that would create some splash. He does have a hard time getting over the stairs because we're low until he gets close. Just be careful. See, now he can get through. But this is how I like to take on the Cyber Demon. There's nothing really next to us or behind us to cause splash, and just like that, he's gone. And that's how I take care of the Cyber Demon. I do not fight him in here. I mean, my goodness, all these walls, all these pillars, it's just a recipe for splash and disaster. There's not a lot of room to maneuver. Now, if you're more adventurous, sure, go ahead and do it. It's not the way I do it, not the way I would recommend it, so you can go ahead, follow my lead if you want, or do it your own way. But I have the Cyber Demon come out to over here, where I take care of him relatively easily, when you think about it. So by pressing all those switches, it does open up that door, so we're able to progress. Yeah, there's some chain gun ammo, but let's use our super shotgun on the Caco. And we did pick up our Berserk pack, so why don't we go ahead and go Berserk? Why not? We don't really have a lot of punch-out opportunities here. Ooh, that was close. Maybe at this distance, some chain gun. Or we let the Arachnotron get a little closer, I guess. So now the Arachnotron's been subjected to a few barrels, so a lot easier to take care of there. Okay, so I told you before that the shotgunners in that little hidden area, the holding area, will start teleporting out, and this is the time to get it. So you do grab the red key, of course, and now they start coming out. So just they're also going to come to the left behind us here, so just be mindful of that. So we're going to get a little teleporting and shoot them fun for now, but it's not going to last long because there will be enemies coming from behind, and then we're going to be caught in the crossfire. So I like to retreat to this area. They usually make their way over, and if you get a little low on chain gun ammo without running away too far, you got another 2 boxes here. Plus, you can always use a rocket. You can use a regular shotgun or super shotgun if you prefer. So, if you've managed the ammo relatively well without going too crazy, you should have plenty. And if you let them get a little closer, you can always pick up their dropped weapons. Oop. See that to the left? They're starting to come. Maybe it was just that one. Okay. So let's go ahead and pick up the ammo because, well, why not? It's available. So the rest of the enemies are kind of stuck behind this wall around the corner. Because as you know with Doom, as they come towards you, they don't really go around, take the long way around. They kind of take the most direct route. So they're trying to get at you on the other side of the building from here. You know how Doom works. So that clears that area completely, which now leaves us really with the exit area. You can see the exit sign right there with the red key. I guess we could take the Mega Armor. I mean, why not? We didn't really use it before, although we did tag the secret. And behind here will be a Cacodemon. So let's take care of the Caco. And we'll let the lift come down because we're just going to walk through this kind of, you can see it's a mismatching wall. For the last secret, get a backpack there. Now we have some more rockets. We can use some rockets, I guess. Maybe we should start with the Mancubus. Usually just 3 will do it. Maybe 4? All right, there you go. You could use rockets or plasma rifle on, there are 4 Archviles. So remember, as you hit the Archvile, you're kind of bumping him, or it, I guess, a little bit off the pillar. And eventually, if you're not too careful, but it'll happen sometimes anyway, even if you are careful, yes, you see what I mean? The Archvile does fall off, and then you're looking at using a short-range weapon like the super shotgun, maybe the chain gun, to dispose of it in the fire pit. By the way, don't fall in that fire pit down below the damaging floor. I don't think you can get out, so don't do that. I try not to take on the enemies on that narrow pathway for that reason. But we do want to avoid getting zapped. I mean, we have plenty of health, but we do want to avoid being zapped by the Archvile if we can. All right, so that's 2. There are some health packs here if you need. Quite generous, 75. So let's head over to this way. We can easily dodge. Oh, no, I guess it would be here. Oop, that was kind of moved a little casually. A little too casual. There we go. Now the last one, you can dance around on this little narrow platform with the curve and try to get the Archvile. I don't like doing it that way. It's easy to fall in that nasty goo where you can't get out. So I like to just go over here. Yeah, it's not as sporting, I guess. But we're trying to beat the map. We're not trying to impress the Archvile. So let's go ahead. There we go. And that is that. So let's go ahead. Make our way over here. Maybe do our final count. Yes, all 84 kills, all 3 secrets, and all 19 items. You know what that means? Indeed, we're done. And that is Utopia, which is map 12 of Doom Revolution. It's a good map. I think it's challenging. There's a lot of crossfire areas and open areas. Open areas are always tough. You know, you can always get ambushed, and then you have really nowhere to hide. I think the key, like I said at the beginning, in my kind of preamble to the video, was you have to try to segregate each area for the enemies so you don't get caught in that crossfire. Hopefully I've demonstrated that successfully. If you agree, then yeah, hit that subscribe button. You won't miss any further videos that I upload. For now, that's it for Classic Doom Walkthroughs. Thanks for joining us today. See you next time.